Good day, everyone. Welcome to the seventh topic of this course. This is Enterprise Architecture, Change, and Adaptability. In our previous topics, we learned what enterprise architecture is, how it aligns business strategy with information systems, and how governance ensures proper decision making. However, organizations do not operate in a stable environment. Technology changes quickly, competitors introduce new services, and customer expectations evolve. Because of this, enterprise architecture must help organizations adapt to change while keeping their systems stable and reliable. These are the four subtopics which we will learn today. This will explain how organizations adapt to change. First, we examine how business operate in a dynamic environment. Then we discuss different types of change, how systems remain stable while adapting, and finally, how employees respond to technological change. After this lesson, you should understand how organizations adjust their systems when technology or business environments change. You will also learn that technology change is not only a technical issue, it also involves people, processes, and organizational culture. Organizations operate in environments where technology, markets, and customer expectations constantly evolve. So, nagkadugay ang panahon, mas nagkataas pod ang expectation no, sa mga customers or sa atong mga clients. Mas gusto nga mas mapasayon ang ilang life, di ba? So, enterprise architecture provides a structured approach that helps organizations adapt to these changes while maintaining alignment between business processes and information systems. So let's talk about a dynamic business environment. Unsa man pud ni siya? It simply means that the world around a business keeps changing. Dynamic, magsigig kausab. For example, new technologies appear, customers want faster services, and competitors introduce new innovations. Enterprise architecture helps organizations prepare the systems so that they can adapt without causing confusion or system failures. Enterprise architecture helps organizations structure their systems, right? So upon those changes, dapat ang ilahang components is mag-align gihapon or mag-evolve together. So dapat si business strategy, information systems, data, and technology infrastructure kay mag-evolve pod siya. Dili pwede na imuhang goal or imuhang business strategy kay grabe naka power pero dili makaapas ang imuhang infrastructure, hinay kaayo. So dili sila mag-coincide, so mag-fail gihapon no ang imuhang pag-upgrade. Enterprise architecture allows organization to integrate new technologies, improve business processes, support digital transformation, maintain alignment between business and IT. Let's take a look at this example. Microsoft originally focused on selling packaged software such as Windows and Microsoft Office. So sa una, if naka-notice mo, wala gyoy cloud platform si Microsoft, right? Ang iya lang yung focus kay kanang Windows nga OS niya, and then katong mga Microsoft Office nga services katong MS Word, PPT, Excel, and so on. Karon, nakita ni Microsoft ang demand or ang market that nindot di ay mo upgrade or mo adapt sa cloud platform. Because of that, Microsoft redesigned its enterprise architecture to support online services, cloud infrastructure, and large-scale data processing. So, ang tawag sa ilang platform karon is what we call as the Microsoft Azure. I believe you have heard of this one, no? Or makita na to siya sa mga pag mag-research ta about mga cloud platforms mo appear na siya. So, imagine class, kung wala ka ni adapt si Microsoft sa cloud-based platform, do you think ing-ani kapaspas ang growth sa ilang business? Di ba dili? So, katong last time na topic nato, katong kang Netflix nga nag-upgrade siya or nag-migrate siya into AWS or the Amazon Web Services. Grabe nakapaspas no, you can reach it anytime or maka-purchase ka sa ilang service anytime, anywhere, as long as naka-internet connection and you have the financial capability. So, same with Microsoft, kung nagstay sila lang yun atong sa Windows OS lang nila, wala sila expand to a cloud-based service, I don't think ing ani kapaspas ang growth sa ilahang business. Another real-world example is si Walmart. So, traditionally, si Walmart, ang ilaha lang yung means of selling is dapat madto ka sa ilang physical store or sa ilang physical retail store. So, na-realize man ni Walmart unsa kapaspas ang online shopping nga service. So they invested heavily in digital platforms and e-commerce systems. To support this shift, Walmart redesigned its enterprise architecture to integrate online ordering systems, inventory management systems, and supply chain logistics systems. Companies operate in environments where technology and customer expectations change constantly. Sa una, wala mag-i-issue no nga kung mag-grocery ta, maadto gid ta sa physical grocery store. Karon, since evolving man ang technology and most of the people kay dili na ganahan mo lakaw or sa ilahang thinking kay it will consume time na mag-travel pa ka and then maguyok pa kasi mong gipangita. So si Walmart na sila'y online shopping means which allowed customers to purchase products online and pick them up at the physical store. So dali ra kayo after nimo ma-cart or ma-place order ang imong mga grocery list. Pwede na lang dahil nimo i-pick up dito dili na siya mag-consume og hours no kung mag-grocery ka. Now let's talk about managing incremental versus transformational change. Unsa man pud ni siya? So incremental change refers to small, gradual improvements to existing systems or processes. When we say gradual, anam-anam, dili abrupt. So examples include software updates, system upgrades, and performance improvements. Whereas the transformational change refers to the major organizational changes that significantly alter how a business operates. Example, digital transformation, new business models, and major technology shifts. Here's a real-world example, si DBS Bank. So, kani si DBS Bank is located in Singapore. They transformed from a traditional bank into a digital-first bank. The bank redesigned its enterprise architecture to support mobile banking applications, digital payment platforms, and cloud infrastructure. So, these are the services that we enjoyed as well no today diri sa Philippines since nag-adapt na pod ang mga banking systems into digital banks na. Ma-appreciate gid nako siya class because ako personally kung mag-withdraw ko diri sa Ampayon, maglisod ko pangita og ATM. Ang ako na yung nabalaan nga ATM sa una tong pag-abot ako diri is kanang unahan sa Citibank. Medyo layo-layo gid siya no. And then usahay wala pa jud kwarta. So with the help of iAccess, pwede na jud nako i-transfer ako ang kwarta gikan sa iAccess padulong sa GCash and then sa GCash na lang dayon ko mag-pay sa ako ang mga palitunon. And karon, mas easier pa gyud siya no kung mag-grocery ka sa Save More, di na kailangan mag-transfer sa GCash. Pwede na gyud imuhang ATM diretso ilang gamiton. So see how convenient that is. Di na ka kinahanglan mangitag ATM para mag-withdraw sa imuhang kwarta, diretso na ka magbayad through your card. Very convenient no unlike before. Isa na siya sa pinaka na-enjoy nako nga privilege no sa digital banking. Dali ra gid kayo mga transactions through digital bank. But at the same time, you should be careful as well since easier ang atuang transaction, nagka-bright pod ang mga scammer. So dapat maging careful pod at the same time, no? Since i-review gid mo mga transactions or na mga malicious nga activity, i-report dayon siya sa ilahang customer service. Now, let's talk about balancing stability and flexibility. Unsa man pud ni? Stability ensures that enterprise remains reliable and continue supporting daily operations. So dapat naapoy stable nga process ani example sa financial systems, sa transaction systems and inventory systems. Sa flexibility, it allows organizations to adapt their systems to new technologies and business requirements. For example, si Amazon. Di ba si Amazon naman siya yung mga stable systems for critical services like sa payments, logistics, and product inventory. Pero si Amazon, napod siya flexible architecture that allows company to introduce new services such as Amazon Prime, Alexa, and the AWS nga itong na-discuss last topic. So, organization maintains systems that are reliable but still adaptable. So, if familiar mo sa Amazon Prime, mura siya Netflix, bitaw na siya mga TV shows, movies, and magbayad gyapon ka. Need gyapon mo mag-subscribe. And then the very famous Alexa, turn off the lights. So, muna siya, no? And ang ilahang cloud-based platform which is called the AWS or the Amazon Web Services. Now, let's talk about the human organizational resistance to change. Since a resistance refers to the situations where employees or departments hesitate to adopt new systems, unsa may mga reasons behind ani nganong dili man 100% mo adapt ang mga employees. Number one is fear of job changes. So, Of course, expect nga nadyo mga changes no sa job and then wala pa kakabalo what type of change man ang mahitabo. Second is lack of technical knowledge. If namoy bag-o nga introduce nga framework or structure sa usa ka organization and then dili kanabitang walay equipped yun kayo or na-trained nga person for that one, it will cause confusion jud no, and then kanang maglahi-lahi bitaw ang opinions sa matag employees, so that will be kanang struggle po siya no if dili siya mamitingan og tarong. Third one is disruption of existing workflows. So na naman existing workflow ang inyong department baka ma-change na siya because i-adapt ang new nga technology or bago nga framework. Next one is comfort with existing jobs or habits. Naanad na kaani and then suddenly it has to change since mag-adapt man lagi sa demands of the clients or the customers. So lack of understanding of the benefits of the new system, nang di kay nimo masabtan or ma-appreciate tungod kay imong mind lagi dili ka gusto change. Poor communication from the management, increased workload, during transition or implementation, tinuod yun ni organizational culture that resists innovation, lack of leadership or management support, kani yun isa po ni sa pinakabugat. If mag-change ang inyong or mag-transition mo into something new and then walay walay klaro nga support or walay resources nga ihatag, struggle jud kay na siya class. Uncertainty and distrust toward new technologies, concerns about performance monitoring or accountability, insufficient training and support for the new system. So ako personally, isa sa ma-share na kong experience no about these transitions to change is katong pag abot ni OBE framework. I believe familiar na mo sa iya hagamay pero new paghihapon siya at the same time no. So na-experience yun nako ni tanan kaning mga reasons for resistance to change kana siya tanan na experience nako na since si OBE is sa first pa lang sa implementation niya kay trabahoso jud sa class as in ma-overwhelm jud ka sa mga new templates and format. Pero ang ako nakita lang pod sa isa sa yung positive nga ko once ma-establish na siya since outcome based man ang bata gyud after they finish the course kay kanang I somehow can guarantee nga nay confidence ang bata bitaw maka discuss or maka istorya unsay imong na-learn from that previous nga course or kani nga subject. Isa pod is ang grading system nga mas distributed siya. Unlike sa katong karaan nato nga style or sa atong traditional nga way kay mas dako gid og bearing di ba si major exam. So kung mabagsak ka sa major exam, dako gid siya bera sa imong grade, but si OBE is mas distributed siya evenly sa quizzes. Dili gyud ingon na pinakadako I mean dako gyud og bearing ang major exam, pero mas distributed siya sa mga activities, sa mga laboratories or mga quizzes. So, muna siya no, if faculty is wala siya na train og tarong or wala siya napasabot og tarong, na-adjay times nga ma-delay or magbalik-balik bitaw ang trabahoon pag dili siya ma-plastar og tarong. So, muna siya no ang mga reasons why employee resist change. So, example ani is the ERP implementation. Saan po ning ERP? So, many organizations experience resistance implementing ERP or the enterprise resource planning because employees must learn new workflows and abandon the existing process. So, imagine that feeling. Karon, ato siyang i-base karon sa academe nga level. Just like sa OBE. Kung ako ang nasa nga faculty for kani nga course from, di ba ako may nag-meet sa inyo from first day hangtod midterm. And then suddenly, alisdan ko kay i-transfer kog department or whatsoever unya kita na ang nakaset ng schedule na natay workflow unsa atong buhaton ani nga week sunod nga day unsay mga activity and then suddenly you need to abandon all of these things kay mag-adapt ka sa new methods or new nga style ni faculty. So how would you feel? Anyway, so unsa na si ERP? In layman's term, para mas masabtan na to. Si ERP or the Enterprise Resource Planning is a type of software system that helps company manage and connect its major business activities in one integrated system. So this includes finance, human resources, sales, inventory, and production to share the same system and same data. This means that information entered by one department can instantly be available to other departments, improving coordination and decision making. So again, isa man gyud sa mga gina-highlight ni enterprise architecture is to have an integrated system because it's very hard for you as an employee kung for example you work in the accounting office. And then ang records sa mga bata sa registrar is lahi pud ang records nimo diri So unsa may kanang tendency nga mahitabo, there will be inaccuracy, magkamali-mali ang kanang bayronon sa kuan. Akan experience naman gud nako pud na ano nga kanang dili bitaw ma-update ang system biskay bayad na ka sa imong mga responsibility sa school, and then suddenly wala di ay na integrate ang system sa each other. So magsige pa kag balik-balik kang accounting nga bayad na ko, cleared na ko dito kang registrar, wala na ko'y kulang. So mo na siya no ang disadvantage. So imagine a retail store that sells shoes. Sales record purchase in one system, and then sa another inventory system dapat kung mapalit siya, madidak na siya automatically. Pero ang mahitabo, dili ma-align ang ilang numbers. So, ang problem ani is maapektuhan tanan ang sales, ang inventory, ang accuracy. Siguro kung may POS no, nindot pod ay point of sale, which is ma-meet na ninyo later sa inyong pag-conduct sa inyong case study. So again, somehow introductory part lang na siya sa ERP. It doesn't really wala kayo siya bearing sa tibuok na to nga topic, pero need niyo siya ma-understand because most of the enterprises today kay naagit sila ERP mostly kanang mga established na mga enterprises. So ERP implementation and resistance to change. Employees must learn new systems. Mo naman to no kung gi-discuss kagaina. Existing process and routines must be changed or abandoned. Organizations must redesign business processes to fit the ERP system. Employees may feel overwhelmed by the training, tinuod, labi na og kanang bag-o sa imuha, and then daghan kayog information nga i-feed. Employees may feel overwhelmed. Yes, that's true. By the training and system complexity. So, for your case study point, why did we discuss all of that, no? Because later on, sa inyong pag-conduct sa inyong interview sa mga enterprises, these are somehow one of the questions that you need to address. And let me highlight na there is a criteria for you to consider before choosing the enterprise of your choice. So, last time manggod, ang nahitabo, some students chose micro to small enterprises, and then, ang disadvantage manggod, walay structure ang mga small to micro enterprises, so wala sila na input sa kaninga mga sections, kay by sections na template to na i-provide. Ang tendency, gamay ilahang score kay wala man sila na input, and then ilang reason lang sa ako kay ma'am wala man sila ingon ani, wala man sila mission and vision, wala man sila. That is why karon i-stricto na ko nga na ay mga criteria dapat nga ma-achieve ni enterprise o sa mo maka-decide na siya nang inyong pilion. And then isa po di ay sa challenge for you is dapat dili mag-overlap or mag-duplicate ang mga enterprise sa inyong pilion. Manang mag-provide ko og Excel sheet where you can input all of your details about sa enterprise, the address. Kay for example, napili na ni Group 1, si Marikina Shoe Exchange Butuan branch, nya inyong gipili kay Marikina Shoe Exchange San Francisco branch, dili na pwede. Kay parehas naman na silag structure, parehas silag organization, parehas sila og workflow. So mura ra mo though nagyapon na changes no, pero overall parehas ra gyud siya tanan. So iwasan nato na magkaparehas siya no. So first come first serve, kung kinsay una maka-input didto, sila ang makapanag-iya sa enterprise, given nga makapasar sa criteria ang enterprise nga ilahang pilion. Kay if dili, dito na gid na mag-reflect sa scoring or sa rubric sa inyong overall nga presentation sa inyong paper-wise, and then i-defend din niyo siya or i-discuss din niyo siya. Isa ni siya sa mga questions, no? Pero i-finalize naman gihapon ni. How does the organization introduce new technology? So, does the organization prefer gradual improvements or major transformations? How do employees respond to new systems? How does the company maintain system stability while adapting to innovation? Somehow, this will be considered ng mga questions, but still, I will discuss to you the whole template and the processes unsa inyong first nga buhaton before mo moadto sa enterprise na ay letter na papirmahan sa ako sa department allowing you to conduct this survey or interview or to conduct your case study. And then, consider the criteria as well. And you can choose anywhere, bisan pag sa syudad, bisag asa, as long as dili mag-overlap. isa po di ay sa bearing na ay bearing sa inyong case study is the evidences no that you really conducted this survey or interview. So mag-picture good mo dito physically no with your ginyong gi-interview, the manager baka ha. Picturean po ninyo ang establishment up front, and then kamo as a group nga present during that time. Para fair pod no, na ay ko anjod na ako ay distribution sa points sa mga naka-participate sa during sa interview. Kaya naman ko uban na, ma'am sila naman ko nag-interview, ako naman ko nag sa paper, so lahi pod na siya nga issue. So wala kay points during interview pero na kay points sa paper. So inganaw na ko no para fair. Kay ang nahitabo man good before dili mo participate ang uban sa interview kay paper dahil lagi daw lang gitrabaho. So that will affect na lang sa distribution sa inyong score to promote fairness as well. So your survey or your case study will not be valid if dili siya present time nga gi-conduct as in karon nga semester. So mo to siya dapat recent with your group mates na evidences nga nag-interview mo. So puli-puli mo picture or pwede mo pa-picture as a group gyud naman jud ay mahangyo no kamo nalay pangitag diskarte. So that ends, by the way, the 7th topic. And if you have questions, don't hesitate to approach me. So that would be all for this discussion. Thank you so much for your time, and I will see you on the next video lecture.